Hey ladies, so if you want to get this beginner friendly makeup look using affordable products, maybe minus one, maybe two, keep watching.
Hey ladies, so we're gonna do a full detailed beginner friendly makeup look. This is probably gonna be a long video, so get your cocktails. I got mine, and we're just gonna play and makeup, and we're gonna take our time, and we're gonna be very, very detailed. Okay, very detailed. Okay, I'm gonna be trying some new makeup, so this is gonna be fun as well because it's new to me, just not new in the stores, but new to me. And some of the products are not new, like this Milani Baked Bronzer and this highlighter. It's not new to me, but I do have this, which is new to me. So before we get into these brows, I'm gonna keep it very simple with my brows because, as you guys know, I gotta concentrate when I do this. So what we're gonna do is you're going to watch me do my brows. Let me bring you on in. So with my brows, what I like to do is make sure that my brows are pretty cleaned up. And what I mean by that is all this little extra little prickly hairs right up in here. So what I'll do is I'll take one of these small little razors like this, and I'll go in and I'll just clean up like this. I do not go get my brows done because I don't have much to begin with, okay? So I tried to, but I didn't like it. They took off more than I had, so I was left with a line. So I just pretty much clean up right in this little area, just to make sure that when I do fill in my brows, it looks nice and clean, and then when I clean up, it looks real nice and sharp. So what I like to use is my NYX micro brow pencil. This is something that I always use. I don't deviate from it. I did try, let me see, the Sephora brand, and I did try, I'm in so close. I did try the Sephora brand, and I did try like Benefits and whatnot, but I'll always come back to this because this point is just so fine, and this is getting ready to end. It's enough to do my brows though. So I'll use both ends too. So I'll take it and, again, just brush up my brows. Now, I know the girlies are using like that brow lift, the wax, all that good stuff. Me, I tried it. I did not like it. You probably see my video where I was like, I'm taking it back. And guess what? I did take it back. I was so hyped about it. Oh, gotta concentrate. Okay, so my brows are filled in. I like to just follow the natural shape of my brow. And this one is done, y'all. It's so done. Now, I know there's so many different brow products out there. You have the Anastasia, the pomade. Everyone pretty much has a pomade, like, you know, like a little pot where you can dip in. I used to use that. That's why I do have this particular brush. I used to use the pomade. I don't use the pomade anymore. I feel like for me, it's a little bit too strong. If I had maybe stronger features, or if I had like more hair maybe, I don't know. But even when I had hair and I wore wigs and my natural hair was long, it just was too harsh for me. I like to go for a more softer brow. Now, I know you may say, Kelly, them brows look a little harsh right there. But I'm going to soften them up as we go. Let me get a new pencil because as we going, I'm going to be touching up. So let's get a new one. I had to go in my little arsenal behind me and get me one. So this one is finished. And I'm going to open a new one. Ladies, once you find something that you like, just keep using it. You know, it's always good to try out new makeup and whatnot. and see what works for you and what you like. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you find something that works for you, you know, keep it going, you know. It's nothing wrong with that. And that's what I do when it comes to, put that here. This, so, new one, love it. So now it's brand new. I gotta be mindful I don't bend it. So my brows are not even, as you probably can tell. This one is more keen, and this one looking like I got fluffy brows. So what I'll do is, and my brows take the longest. Now, when you're starting out, you probably want to perfect your brows and whatnot, but it comes with time. It definitely comes with time, because some days my brows can look amazing, and then some days they look a mess. So as you guys can see, this one looks way more thicker than this one. So we'll get back to that a little later. We will. So next up, I'm going to go in with my concealer. Concealer of choice today is my Maybelline. I'm going to use this one. And I'm just going to use this to pretty much clean up my brows. That's all we're going to do. Is clean up. I like to use a really, really nice fine brush like this. I used to use the e.l.f. brush. I still use it. I just can't find it at the moment. I think I was trying to give it a little rest, but it's just pretty much a flat brush, and I really don't. Oh, here it goes. This is an oldie. I got tape on it and everything. You see, it's a little flat brush, then to kind of go in and carve the brows. And this one is just as thin as well, nice and small. So I'll just take my time. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Okay, so that's how I do it. I take my time and I make sure that my lines are really, really nice and neat. Now, when I first started, they weren't neat. I had to keep practicing and practicing and practicing until I actually got it. And you'll know when you have it. You know, you just take your time. For me, my recommendation, I would use the most smallest brush and a brush that will give you a nice grip. I like to go, this one's a little bit smaller, but something that feels like a pencil. So that can give you something, it can give you something familiar you can think of, or something that's more comfortable to you, a pen or a pencil. You don't want to be using these big, thick brushes that have these, like say this brush, if it had a small brushed head, but yet the actual barrel here will be thick, it's uncomfortable. So you want to go with something that reminds you of something very similar to doing precision work as a pencil, something like this. Trust me when I tell you. Trust me. So I'm going to get me a nice little brush. This is a small flat brush. It's dirty so you can see. And I like to just go in and just pretty much clean up and blend out the concealer. And you can use it pretty much now as a base. You know, if I had more, I can kind of like bring it down. But I just have a little bit. Okay, and you're gonna have like a little halo depending on what shade of concealer that you're using at the time, but that is okay, because we can always, you know, blend that out and dull things down with a little eyeshadow. So this is what I do, and just go lightly. Don't go too close to the line, just go very, very lightly. You see, it's gonna take practice, so don't be too hard on yourself if you feel like you messed up, because if you messed up, always remember you can go back with your pencil and you can kind of clean up if you will. Okay, I brought you up a little bit so you can see my whole face. I was like, you guys can't see all of me. So next up, we're going to put on some primer. Primer of choice is going to be e.l.f. because it's super affordable. My goal is to try to do a lot of drugstore, but I do want to try a different foundation today that I haven't tried in a while. Well, I haven't used in a while. So we're going to use e.l.f., okay? Very, very affordable. You can get it everywhere. Not just on the e.l.f. website, but you can get it your Walmart, your grocery store, everywhere they have it. I like to focus on my T-zone, where I pretty much get oily, where I will produce a little, like I said, get oily, produce a little oils. I like to put it right there. And if I have a little bit, just like go across my lid. And I don't have oily skin, but just throughout the day, you're in the elements and the sun shine up on you, you are going to produce oils. You're going, even the driest of the dry, you're going to. So it's best to do that to keep everything at bay. Especially if you're using a luminous foundation. If you have dry skin and your skin just sucks up everything, that's different. But I have dry to normal skin, so my skin is not super dry, because I can definitely wear a luminous or a hydrating natural finish foundation, and before I know, within a few hours, I'm looking super greasy. So especially if it's an oil-based foundation, you have to be very mindful of that. So next up, I am going to, I'm trying to think. You're gonna use foundation. I'm gonna use my NARS. This is my light reflecting. I haven't used this in a while, so we're gonna hope and pray this shade is nice. I know it's nice, but you know, but use your choice of foundation. If you like, this is a very nice foundation when it's on, very nice foundation, but it's just not matte. But I wanna use something for the ladies who don't like a matte foundation. Okay, now I do remember this foundation. It goes on a little light, but definitely has to oxidize, okay? That's one thing you always have to remember too. If you try a foundation, sometimes we like to try foundations on our, like right here, or we want to try them on our neck, or we want to try them on our hand. I know I'm infamous for that. I'll try a foundation on my hand because I know what my hues are. So I know what will work for me. So you see how it's blending in really nicely? And that's what you want your foundation to do. You want your foundation to pretty much be as close as it can be to your foundation. Now there is some instances, as you can see, it has to oxidize. There's some instances where the foundation can possibly be a little bit lighter or a little bit darker, but I would preferably go for maybe an ounce lighter if you had to make that decision. Reason B is because you can use your setting powder, or you can use a nice bronzer to kind of combat that and get away from those the light part of the foundation. You can kind of make the foundation bring your face forward, and I will show you that when I start bronzing my face. So as you see how it looks nice. This is what we want. So I have to pull this bad boy out again. This looks nice. Okay, so I only put one pump. This is for my forehead. So my goal is to just focus pretty much near my hairline, because I do have a short cut, and we don't want any lines of demarcation that we haven't fixed our foundation properly. And again, even if we do make a little mistake, it's okay. It can always be fixed. So you see here, I'm going over my brows just to make sure I don't have any halo action. Okay? And just take your time with that, you know. I've been doing my makeup for a while, so I know my face and I know what's good for me. So my next video, I'm going to do a video in regards to like when you're going to work. You know, I'm not going to do a rush makeup, but a makeup where you give yourself enough time so your makeup can look nice. Because if you're just new and you just want to throw some makeup on really quick, you can always practice it, but we want to make sure you look decent at it. When nobody talking about you, when nobody saying, look at Patricia, she got this over here. We ain't doing that. We is not doing that. Okay, if the camera looks a little bit different, it's gonna have to change my camera, okay? But the show must go on. My battery died, y'all. My battery died. But show goes on. So foundation is on. We're looking good. I like how this looks. Everything's pulling together. So now we're gonna just do a little light eyeshadow. Nothing too crazy because we don't want to ruffle anything. So I have this palette here that I got from Five Below. Nothing expensive. And this is their LA Colors. You guys know about LA Colors. Super affordable. Let me tell you how this was $5, right? And the gentleman was like, we're marking down stuff, so I'll give it to you for $1.50. I wound up getting 3. So check out your Five Below, that's all I'm saying.
So we're just gonna do one shade on the lid. You can, if you like this shimmer, you can go ahead and do the shimmer, but I just wanted to show you how you put a nice light shadow. Oh, no. Well, no, we'll do it this way. I'll wait. I don't want to show too much. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna take this dark shade right here. Okay, I'm gonna put that on my lid. And this is very pigmented. I was so surprised. And I have hooded lids. Okay. And if you like, you could also do a base, but I'm not doing that. Okay, so I'm just gonna put nice and light. I'm not gonna put too much. And I'm gonna take this color right here. It was a nice little burnt orange. And I'm going to put that in my crease. And I'm gonna go nice and light. Now I still have product on. And I'm only taking a dab because I don't wanna do too much. Now I'm using the same brush as you can see. Okay, I'm just doing ever so lightly, like this, tapping it. Because I do not want to take too much product. Okay, so you see I'm only using 2 shades. Now if you want, you can definitely do more if you fancy and you feel uncomfortable, but I go for more of a simple everyday look and more of a beginner friendly look. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the next eye. I'm just typing it ever so lightly. Let me get my little finger out the way. Just like ever so lightly. And I'm gonna raise my eyes and I'm just gonna focus in that crease area. And the purpose of this for me, you can definitely do the crease work first if you want to, and then you can put your lid on and then you can go back and blend. I like doing it this way because it allows me to go ahead and blend the edges out, you know, of my lid. And I'm just like diffusing it, if you will. You know, I'm not going for a super fancy look. And you can definitely reverse this where you can have your lid to be the lighter shade. Like in here, you have these 2 shades right here that are matte, and you can use those as your lid. Like how I put that here, you can definitely put that in. So this palette is very versatile. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 shimmer. No, 1, 2, 3 shimmers, and the rest are matte, which is nice. And it has 2 highlights, but use them as eyeshadows if you want to. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this new shade right here, same brush, because I'm not tapping it hard, I'm just tapping it really light, and I'm going to dust it over underneath my brow. And that's to tone down that highlight, because I feel like it's a little bit too bright for your girl right now. Okay. And then you just want to kind of blend everything together. You don't want things to look too like this is this, this is that, this is that. And if you have to go in and get you a clean brush to kind of get things in order, do just that, you know? Do just that. Okay? All right. Okay. Love this. Go check out your 5 below. So now, since we were playing and doing eyes and we were doing our foundation, I'm gonna go in and just use my spoolie just to kind of bring my brows back to life, if that makes any sense, because I'm not going to be playing around in this area no more. And you can also, I do have some brow gel. This is from Physicians Formula, or e.l.f. has one. Whatever you choose, they all do the same thing. Okay? And you just pretty much set your brows. And I like doing it. This is not necessary, but I like doing it because it does give it like a little hardening, just a tad bit. Not to it's making it crunchy or anything like that, but it's just enough for it to help everything just kind of like stay in place. And we like to stay in place, okay? So that's optional. Let me put that back down here. Next up, we're gonna do some concealer. I'm gonna go back in and get our Maybelline, and we are going to conceal, okay? And I like to just put a little bit. I don't like to use too much. And when I mean too much, I am gonna put in these places that you see. When I say I'm not using too much, meaning I'm not gonna use it to where I'm like smearing it here and making triangles and doing all of that. I used to do dots, but dots is just like doing this. It's all about what your preference and how much you're trying to cover. In addition to, if you have any dark circles that you want to cover up, you might want to do a corrector underneath. You can do that, but I'm taking a nice little fluffy brush. This is what I've been using because I haven't been using a sponge. I feel like you can use both. They're both great, but just to show for beginner purposes, this brush, it will help you get used to using actual brushes. Okay, so I kind of went a little heavy over here. So I'm just going to go and take my brush and kind of clean it up a little bit. And as you see, everything's kind of pulling together. And that's what we want. We want to just pretty much enhance what we have. We don't want to change ourselves to a whole new person. Because sometimes you see women putting their foundation on, and then when it's all over, they're like a whole new person. We don't want that. We want you to look like you. So I'm just going to go and fix here. Next up, we're going to use liner, which is my e.l.f. I was going to use a new product, but I said, you know what? I want to show you guys things that I use often versus me using something that I'm just trying out. I know I said I was going to use some new products. I will. But I feel like e.l.f. is so safe. And I feel like e.l.f. feels good in the hand. Now, I know this is my personal preference, but I do feel like the ladies will like it. I do feel like you will like it. I really do. So what I'm going to do is put on my liner, and I want you to watch me because I can't talk at the same time while I do it. I have to concentrate. So I'm going to give you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to focus on the middle and then bring it out. Then I'm going to go on the inner, connect it. Then I'm going to make my wing. Let's do this, y'all. We got this. Okay, so liner is on. I took my time. As you guys see, I have to concentrate. Mouth be wide open, so we have to concentrate. So for mascara, what do I have here? Okay, let's just keep it going with Physicians Formula. Keep it kind of drugstore minus our foundation. And we're gonna use a mascara. Now, what I like to do, mascara is not like something that's really, really important to me because let me see, how should I say this? I do have I have a ton of drugstore, and then I do have I have Too Faced. I don't have that many mascaras. I just recently bought the telescopic L'Oreal Lift. I have that over here. I haven't tried it yet. But for me, long as my lashes are coated and you can literally see them, I'm fine. I'm not looking for volume. I'm not looking for them to be long as, you know, I don't know what. I'm looking more for coating them and then you can see them. That's it. And the brushes get through my lashes. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Okay. So sometimes I dip twice, sometimes I don't, but we're gonna dip twice today. Okay, so there you have it. Lashes are on. That's what I'm saying. That my lashes is on, but no, mascara is on. So next up, we're gonna set. I'm gonna use my Black Radiance. I love this stuff here. You guys already know. I just pretty much take this right here, and the reason why I'm using the Black Radiance is this is beginner friendly and it's super affordable. Now you can go in and get like the Laura Mercier. You can go get the Huda. You can go get the Fenty. I mean, I have all of those. I want to get I don't have the Huda, but I do have one. I have a new one, but I can't show it yet. I can't show it yet. So let's just go in here. We're going to use the middle one, and we're going to set under the eye. That's it. Okay, you see how I did that? And you can use a smaller brush. I'm looking, maybe I should use a smaller brush to give you kind of an idea. Let me see if I have something a little bit smaller. Like this would be a nice small brush for you to use. You just take it like that and just pat under the eye, look up, so you can get as close to the lash line as you can. Your bottom lash line. Okay? And then I'm gonna set in the forehead area, wherever I put concealer. Okay? And that is it. Now, for bronzer, I want to try something new. Now, I normally use this, I'll tear this up, but I do have Jueva's Place. I'm excited about this. I did a haul, that's why it's open. I want to use it, I want to try it so bad. Let's compare, let's compare. We love to compare. Let's see. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I think we're gonna go, I don't know. I'm gonna use them both. I'm just excited, we're gonna use them both. Okay, let's go, Kelly. You got this. I'm nervous. Okay, so I didn't explain this to you. Bronzer for me, I don't contour at all. I like to use a bronzer to kind of like bring warmth to my face and bring kind of, you know, some dimension. And I just, again, nicely dab. Right here, you see? Do, 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 do. Not too much. And then I focus in the cheek, in the hollow. Okay, and then you shouldn't really see much, but yeah. Then I go across my hairline. And for me, the purpose is to make sure that all my foundation is blended in. But some women like to use it to kind of make their forehead look a little smaller. You can go under your chin. That will definitely make you look like you don't have like a bigger chin. And then the main focus is like, say if you do like this, do, make that E. Okay? That's it. That's what you do. Love it. I'm so happy I got this, y'all. I was like on the fence, like, should I get it? I'm so addicted to this little thing right here, but I'm happy. I'm happy I did it. So now that we have that done, what I'm going to do is take my powder. I'm gonna use the Sephora's. I have this one sitting right here. My Fenty is somewhere else. Don't know just yet, but we're gonna use my Sephora. This is a really nice powder. This is like a dupe for, I think, the MAC powder. And I'm just going to put it in areas where I didn't set. Okay, this is like locking everything in. So we have that, okay? Next up, we're gonna use a spray, and I'm gonna use something super affordable. I do have one of my faves, but I'm gonna keep it affordable for right now. I'm going to use my e.l.f. and this is the Dewy Coconut Setting Spray, but I really like to use this. Ooh, this stuff is so good. You know what? Let me use what I want to use because I love this stuff. Smells so good. This is the iamKeliB. I said it, y'all, iamKeliB, and this is the Beauty Elixir. You can use it as a toner and you can use it as a setting spray. Very, very nice. We like that. So now I'm gonna go back because I'm gonna spray this again. I'm gonna go back in here, right here, and I'm going to use the highlighter. And I'm just gonna place it at the high points of my cheek, okay? And you can like do a little C action over the eye, and then you can hit some other areas of your face where you might want to have some good shine, like your nose, Cupid's bow, and the chin, of course, okay? I like to put my highlighter on. It doesn't really matter if it's before my spray or after my spray. It doesn't matter, I'm gonna spray myself again anyway. But the spray, for me, to how my brain works, is to pretty much just kind of illuminate things. More spray, more spray. This stuff, this little bottle was $20, but I tell you, it's worth every penny. They have a bigger bottle. But I have two of these. I have two. Okay. Last but not least is these lovely lips of ours. Let's go ahead and get into it. Choice of lip pencil. I have a ton. Just want to make sure they're all the same. These are espressos. I have a ton of espressos. These have been used and loved. You guys see. This one's a little shorty. This one's about to be a shorty. And then I have a ton of new ones. I don't be playing. So let's get into the lips. Liner is on, again, NYX. This is an espresso. I'm going to use my Beauty Bakery. This one is in Bastini. This is what I have in front of me. Okay, and for lip gloss, we're gonna use, this is Fortune Cookie, and this is the NYX. Okay, ladies, so here you have it. Here is a very detailed makeup look for beginners. For us ladies over 40, you don't have to use a bunch of expensive products to get this nice makeup look. As you guys see, I use a bunch of drugstore. My foundation was probably the only thing that was a little bit on the pricier side, but other than that, everything else was pretty much on the affordable side, which we all can get at our Target, our Walmart, or anything. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I was a bit detailed. You want me to do some more detailed looks? Let me know, because just think that we need to use cream, bronzer, it's more. Let me know. I hope you guys enjoy, and if you are new, thank you, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.